I would like to introduce you to Mr. Shankar Ramamurthy, founder and CEO of Energy Harbors Corporation USA. Mr. Shankar Ramamurthy, an alumnus of Indian Institute of Technology, Mumbai, and Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, is from San Francisco Bay, California, USA. Mr. Ramamurthy has founded several startups anchored in innovative technology driven solutions in real world problems. Some of these companies have acquired major international technology corporations. In this interview, I, G.V. Aarti, a student of School of Business Management, Woxsen University, try to understand the mind of a technology entrepreneur, his motivations driving his efforts, challenges, setbacks, and many other recommendations approaching to his creating a startup and what it takes to be a successful technology entrepreneur. Your setbacks, your lessons, what you've learned from, but what these led to. What are your major achievements that you think you have done in your life?
No, I think what it is a continuing journey, and it is uh, sometimes it is hard to understand the meaning of success, right? Uh, for me, success sounds like a terminal point that you have now arrived and there is nothing more to do. So, from that standpoint, I don't think I will ever be successful. I wanted to start my own company, so I did that. And you do that, and it's nothing great. I mean, you can start your own company, but unless you made a huge difference, it doesn't matter. So my first company, I started something. I don't think it made a huge difference. It was just a company I started. We did software. We sold software. That's fine. So while it was a tick, it was not enough, right? And, I'm actually pointing this out because the concept of success in everyone's mind is a very romantic concept. I don't think anyone can be successful. You can only be more successful by trying to tick off things, and the bigger the things you are, the bigger the sense of achievement, right? You don't have to dream grand, but you have to have dreams which are constantly evolving. Is what I'm trying to say. So
Definitely.
I ticked off my first list. I did my company, and then the second thing I did was I wanted to do a product because my first company, S7, was basically providing services for software development services for others, like what Infosys,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Tata Consulting, and others. I don't mean to demean others; these are all great companies. What I'm trying to say is that that was not satisfying me. I wanted to do my own product, my own technology. Okay, that was my second tick. I did that with a company called Appians. We created one of the world's first auto training tool development system. It
Mm-hmm.
automatically created training materials. Okay, and we did that. So I did a product. But then doing the product, I was not able to relate that to what I wanted to do in my life. So the third step was, I was trying to see how I can use a whole set of social networking technologies. That was an area where I failed because I was not using the right technology. I was not getting the right kind of combinations. So that was a failure. And then I hit my stride, I think, with a little bit more coming back to my passion, energy, because and this comes to the point of the real vision of your life. My vision of what I wanted to do was believe that we have to become 100% renewable and sustainable very fast. That means we use only renewable sources of energy. Have water is sustainable. I want to solve the water problem, but it's so important for us to find 100% renewable energy fast. The world is thinking about saying, oh, we should be 100% renewable energy in 2030, 2040, 2050. That is too late. We will reach a point of no return. Now, you cannot talk about it. You have to do it, right? And this is a very nice inspiration because this is where I hit, I think, my stride to say that this is something that I can work a long time for. And you'll have number of successes. But if you notice, in a situation like this, it is very hard to say when you're successful. Yeah, you can have make money. You have your employees, but money is an outcome. It's a secondary consideration. That is not what drives you at all. If you notice, I don't think
Definitely.
we count money itself as being the primary objective. If your vision to say I want to make $1 billion or I want to be the CEO, that is a very minimalist vision. That will not get you anywhere. Okay. The point is, you can end up making a lot more if that is something that is important, but you can do that by striving and doing these things that create value. When you create value, that's an automatic outcome, right? And I'm hoping, and I would probably say, I don't think I will end up saying it, but I will probably say that when the world has actually started finding ways of using renewable energy, because it is the cheapest, it is the best, it is the clearest, it's the most advantageous to use it, not because anyone is subsidizing it or not because anyone is supporting it, but despite all that. That is the way I would like the world to see renewable energy, renewable water, renewable materials, and then we have created a future for ourselves.
You see a lakh students, some number of lakhs of students graduating every year. And you being in a very high position tend to meet a lot of people around you. So what are your basic expectations from students who are graduating as freshers? What do you expect from us? What do you expect us to learn from the college?
Assuming you got into the broadly right area, you want to do business management. Let's say that that's what you wanted. The one thing is that the test of whether you're going to be good at it is if you can work on it for hours at a stretch and not feel tired. So if you can do that day in, day out, hour in, hour out, year in, year out, and if you can enjoy it, and if you come out of it better and better every time, then that's an indication that you've hit your area of your strength, your passion, where you're able to pursue that for a long period of time. And the most important advice, therefore, is pick that area, at least one area of technical competence. By technical, I don't mean technical in the technology sense. I mean technical in terms of understanding that domain and mastering that domain, right? Everyone would have to have at least one, perhaps two areas of technical domain. So that's the first part of it, which you said. And the second thing is that you have to have a very broad understanding of all the other areas. You have to understand economics, you have to understand markets, you have to understand corporates, you have to understand events that are happening around you, you have to understand social situations, and then you have to connect the dots. Because it is that allows you to apply your field in a proper way. So I would think that people who do not know and who do not figure out that they have to become technically competent in one or two areas. And I think that is my first advice. Make sure you pick up at least one, maybe two. I would suggest two, but pick up one or two areas. I think you have done well, finance and operations. That's fantastic. But that is not enough. You have to be very well informed. You have to, pick up areas of your readings and be informed. And it could be, whatever catches your passion. In my case, it was reading history, it was reading biography, it was reading sciences, it was reading events, whatever. But that gives you a context, a background based on which you can build your specific, persona of what you're going to be. And I think everyone can optimize this. Every one of our lakhs of students in the country can do this, and this can help us achieve our potential. Still achieving only 1 or 2% of our potential. There's so much one can do. Much of it is going to be by self-discovery, but the foundation that you guys are getting in a school like this is going to be fundamental.